Hello, friends. Oh, let me. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Joey. Hi to all my family members who watch. I know I'm being a bit quiet, but I'm just trying to focus on writing these titles. Hey, Inger. Hello. Oh, I'm surprised to see you on here. I usually see you on Instagram. How you doing, girl? All right, let me go to Instagram. Turn this thing on. How you guys doing on this evening? What's going on? How's your week been? Okay. Okay, let's go to Instagram. And hey, Tanya. Okay. Okay. Hey, Kenya. All right. Y'all. Okay. So, y'all, I'm going to be very transparent with you. We only have one story tonight. Hey, creating time. So, I'm glad you're doing good, Inger. So, tonight it's going to be, the show goes on as long as you want it to. I'm going to open the floor for Q&A. We're going to be able to talk about old stories. I'm going to go over some basics of things that I want you to know just in general. But tonight, y'all are going to take the reins, okay? I've been doing my research all day, trying to find interesting stories for y'all. You had a car accident today, Tanya? Oh my God. I hope you're okay. But yes, y'all got to help your girl out today, okay? All right. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Margaret. Okay. So as we wait for the recording device to start up, happy Thursday, y'all. Tomorrow is Friday. Hey, Trista from Florida. Girl, I don't want to live in Florida, but I envy y'all's weather because I hate it when it gets cold. And it's getting cold up here. So tonight, guys, we've got one official story. And then we are just going to have a free-for-all episode. We can talk about what y'all want to talk about. If there have been any stories that you have been dying for a follow-up on, today's the day to ask. If you've got any questions about your businesses, today's the day to ask. All right, it's 8:05, so we're going to get started. Facebook, I want to remind you that there's a long delay. It can take anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds for me to see your responses. Hey, Deirdre. Oh, all my girls showing up today on Facebook. So there's a long delay, so please just bear with me. As well, let me see if I have anything else to tell you. No, nothing else as of right now, okay? So we are going to get started, all right? I'm hitting the record button. Okay? All right, welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. We made it to the end of the week. This is NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Thursday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If this is your first time watching, or if this is your first time you're hearing the playback, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the host of the show, and I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help your people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So things like getting your articles of incorporation, making sure you have EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, getting contracts together, basic brand protection strategies. Hey, Obed, hiring policies. We're going to get to you, Tanya. I help you do all of those things. If you're wondering why I'm qualified, I am a licensed attorney. I have been one for 14 years and counting. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it, all right? So that's why I'm here to help y'all, wander along the thorny path of entrepreneurship, all right? So if you are in the beginning phases of your business and you need a legal friend to help you along the way, I'm the girl you want to call. Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and book yourself a free 15-minute consultation. At linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, you can also download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet that will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. You can also find my video trainings at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, like my EIN numbers training, my DUNS numbers training, my operating agreement training, my Protect Your Biz video training, where you learn about trademarks, copyrights, and patents so you can protect your intellectual property out in these streets. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is where you can find everything that's happening with me, and it's where you can also subscribe to the YouTube page so you can watch all the back episodes of this show. We have over 250 episodes at this point. And you can also subscribe to the podcast if you can't always watch. All right. So go check out your girl, give me a holler. All right. That's enough about me. Before we move on to the show, I want to get back to Tanya, because Tanya told us she had a car accident today. So you say you're good. That's why it's important to have full coverage on your car. Girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, my car, because my car's so old, I only got liability on it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Was it Tanya? Oh, you want to know about Cardi B? Yeah, she said she don't cook, she don't clean. She left that man. She said, I'm tired. Hey, Zephyrine, I ain't seen you in the month of Sundays, girl. Okay. Yes. Okay, so moving on. We've talked about what I do. Let's talk about the show. We got a lot of my regulars here. Hey, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for making somebody feel special. So this is the way the show works. I pull stories from the news, stories that you guys send me, stories that I find on blog sites, anything that I think might be of interest to us as an audience, and that will also teach us the lessons that we need to know. Hey, Shonda. As entrepreneurs, the lessons that we can learn, and we take these stories and we talk about them. So I need y'all to participate. Now, as I said at the top of the show, I only found one story today. Okay. So we're going to get through this story. We're going to be thorough, but I need y'all. The show goes on as long as y'all interact with me. So after we do the story, we're going to go into Q&A. You can ask me about past stories that you might have questions about, any concepts that we've talked about on this show that you might find confusing or that you need more clarity for. If you have questions about starting your business, today is going to be the day to ask, okay? Because we only got one story. The show is 30 minutes, and I want to give you your time, all right? So make sure you get your questions ready. Any updates you want to know, write them down now, so when we get to that portion of the show, we can get it going, okay? All right. So our one and only story for the evening has to do with that man in the White House. So we have talked about how Trump's people, they don't care about copyrights. They're always getting their stuff taken down. Hey, 76 Grim K. And they just be stealing, right? Today is no different. So, if you have been paying any attention to the news, you know that the Grand Cheeto, was diagnosed with COVID. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Yes, 76 Grim K, the clown. I'm going to be honest with y'all. At first, when I heard it, oh yes, everybody, y'all better be registered to vote. If you are registered to vote, please give me a V in the comments. And if you are not registered to vote, I am instructing you to leave this broadcast right now and go figure out how to register to vote right now. Okay? I'm not kidding. If you are not registered to vote, do not watch this episode. Go find out how to vote. But anyway, so moving on. We know that, thank you, Obed, for the V. Thank you, 76 Grimk. Yes, y'all better go vote, okay? Look at the mess that we're in. Look at this mess. Thank you, Shonda. Trump was diagnosed. You already voted? Yes, Margaret. Yes, Janita. Thank you. Okay. We all know that apparently Trump was diagnosed with COVID. I'm going to be honest and say that I didn't really believe, thank you for the V. Inger, that he was diagnosed with it. I thought that, thank you, Zephyrina, I thought that he was just saying he had COVID because he didn't want to go to another debate with Biden. Because that thing was a mess. But apparently he does have it. Thank you, Tanya, for the V. And I don't know, they took him to Walter Reed. Dr. Obed Magni said, I got my absentee in front of me and will mail by this weekend. Thank you. Margaret, you didn't believe it either? Right, okay. So, apparently, he got diagnosed with COVID, went to the hospital, and went home 2 days later. Yes, Deirdre, vote. I don't know where they do that at, because from what I have heard, thank you, Trista, for the V. From what I have heard is that if you are diagnosed with COVID, you're supposed to be quarantined for 14 days. Thank you for the V, Kenya. So if Trump has COVID and he was let out of the hospital in 2 days, this man is possibly infecting everyone around him with the COVID. I don't know if y'all saw that clip of him when he went back to the White House and he looked like he was wheezing and couldn't breathe and took the mask off his face. It was like... Hence why I titled this episode, Finish the Job, Lord. I will never wish death upon a person. But what I will say is that I do hope that the coronavirus takes the full course through 45's body so that he may understand the mess that he has gotten us into, right? Anyway, so he's saying that he beat COVID, whatever, he's gotten it. They gave him all these treatments and his people... he's about 34 so far. He's saying that he beat it, right? So his campaign, as a way to celebrate Trump beating COVID, they took an NFL highlight. Is anybody here a fan of the San Francisco 49ers? If you're a fan of the San Francisco 49ers, or if you have heard of the San Francisco 49ers, please give me the number 49 in the comments, okay? Now, last Sunday, their wide receiver by the name of Brandon Ayuk, he scored a touchdown during a game against the Eagles. So the San Francisco 49ers were playing against the Eagles, and their wide receiver... He infected 34 people at the White House. Oh my God, girl. Tanya said, yes, I feel like that when I'm in the store with the mask on. Whew, girl. Okay, we need to get rid of Corona. This girl has overstayed her welcome. So Brandon Ayuk, he scores this goal, and in the process of scoring this goal against the Eagles, he actually jumped over one of the Eagles' defenders at the 5-yard line, and he landed in the end zone and made the score. So, he had the touchdown and da-da-da-da-da. Great play. Thank you, Deirdre Pollack. Great play, but the 49ers still ended up losing that game by about 5 points, right? But Trump's campaign didn't care that the 49ers ultimately lost that game. What they did was they took that highlight of Brandon Ayuk and they superimposed Trump's face onto Brandon Ayuk's face. And then the player that Brandon was jumping over, they superimposed, a graphic of the coronavirus onto that other player. Trista Bradford said, but everyone is infected, not cured in 3 days. Girl, who you telling, right? So they took this NFL clip and they basically, to celebrate Trump beating COVID, they superimposed his face over the football player who jumped over the back of another football player. Margaret said, oops, right? Here's the thing. NFL ain't playing that. NFL put a copyright claim against that clip, and against Trump's campaign Twitter. Now, of course, you know, Trump's favorite place to post is Twitter. So that's where his campaign posts. The NFL filed a copyright claim against the Trump campaign for this video, and it has since been taken down. And when I read this campaign, the first sentence said, President Donald J. Trump's campaign Twitter account couldn't beat the NFL. Yes, Tanya, OMG. Y'all, copyright law don't care who you are. You can be the president. You can have all the money. But if you use somebody's intellectual property and they don't want you to, they can get it taken down. The NFL knows that they are treading lightly. They have issues with all types of communities. Women got problems with the NFL. People of color have problems with the NFL. They don't need these problems. They don't want to seem like they are promoting a political opponent, right? So they have to try and be, you know, on the fence, neutral, whatever. So they're like, President Trump, we're not here. We're not trying to be affiliated with you. We're not trying to say that we're endorsing you. So please take this video down. So they went to Twitter, said, Twitter, this is copyrighted material. Take it down. And they have since, and that video is no longer available. Margaret Massey said, good. He is not above the law. He just think he is. Girl, with all the stuff that he doing, isn't he above the law in certain cases? Because they be letting him get away with murder in that White House. Okay. Anyway, but while he may be wreaking havoc in other areas of the world, Trump is not above intellectual property. So let's, you know, count our blessings for that. And again, I do ask that, Lord, finish the job. Let the virus do its work. I'm not wishing death on anybody. I'm just saying, prior to this, he wasn't worried about corona. So why don't we just let it do its work and see who wins? You versus the virus, Trump. Let's do it, right? Yes. But you cannot take NFL footage and superimpose your face to celebrate your supposed win over the virus, even if you are the president of the United States, because NFL footage is copyrighted. That's why you can't, you know, broadcast a game and charge admission, because that's not your right. You know, if you can play it in the bar, you can play it for your friends in the backyard, but you cannot you know, that's why they have those disclaimers that you can't replay these games for profit, you know, in public venues and things like that. But yes, good job, Twitter. Good job, NFL. Don't let that man get away with a single thing. Okay. All right. So that was our one planned story for the evening. Y'all, I have been scouring. Yes, Rona got to go. I've been scouring the internet since 1 o'clock this afternoon looking for stories today. That was the only one I could find. So today, the rest of our show, we have about 15 minutes. It'll go for as long as you want. But today is all about you guys. Today is a Q&A. We can catch up on stories that we have talked about. If there are stories that you missed updates on or you want to know more about, today is the day to ask. If you have questions about the business formation process or, specific questions about your business, today is the day to ask, okay? If you have questions about business concepts, today is the day to ask. So I'm going to open up the floor to you guys to ask your questions. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give you a quick rundown over, the business formation process and what needs to be done, just in case you guys need a little bit of a refresher, a reminder, okay? Margaret Massey said, I was reading that he has a commemorative coin for $100 saying Trump beat COVID. I wouldn't put it past him. He broke. He need money. He got to make money somehow. He owes like $41 million to people. He broke. He got to make money somehow. Anyway, so So I just want to give you a quick rundown of the business formation process, and then we can get right into your questions. So for those of you who have not downloaded the free Biz Launch cheat sheet, I don't know what's wrong with you. You should have downloaded it ages ago. Go download it right now. linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, right? It gives you the basic steps to setting up your how to set up a legitimate business. One of the first things that you need to do. Oh, Deirdre Pollock said the famous Superfly. Oh, did y'all watch the debate last night? I watched some of it. It was better than the last one, but the lies and the flies. The lies and the flies. Okay. But yes, getting back to the business formation process. So one of the first things that you need to do is you need to register your business with the state, right? And you got to go to your state website and see what their process is. You also need to get an EIN number and a DUNS number. Your EIN number is your business social security number. Your DUNS number is how you're going to set up lines of credit and also, become suppliers for big box stores. Another thing that you need to have in line is contracts, because you're going to be working with partners and clients, and you don't want them running off with your money, right? So, Tanya said tax season's coming up soon. Make sure your business is formed correctly. See Natalie, Pierre, Louise, ASAP. Thank you, darling. Y'all, a lot of people lost out on those PPP loans because you didn't have your business set up properly, right? That is one of the reasons why it's important to do that. That's why I do what I do, so you guys can take advantage of these tax breaks, of these programs, right? So as we're going through the process, we said we need to register our business with the state. We need to get our EIN numbers and DUNS numbers. We need to have contracts ready for business partners and clients. We also need to protect our brands, meaning logos and things like that. If you don't have a registered trademark, you need to start using the TM in the upper right-hand corner of your logo. It does not give you legal protection, but it does tell you, it does tell your industry that this is your mark and you're using it. And that you're on the way to getting it legally registered. As well, you can, the next thing you need to do is you need to make sure that as you grow as a company, you're going to hire people, and you want to have a uniform hiring policy so that nobody can say that you are discriminating against them. If you're doing a criminal background check for one, you need to do a criminal background check for all. And going back to Tanya's comment about tax season, yeah, you want to make sure your businesses are formed correctly, but also to do your taxes, you want to check out Tanya, because Tanya is a tax queen, okay? Go check her out at King Tax Services 18 on Instagram. And Tanya Blingologist Kinghorn on Facebook. Okay, Tanya, you can drop your links in the comments if people need tax help. Go check out my girl, Tanya. All right, so that is just a very quick overview of the business formation process. One of the other things that you need to do as you are starting your business is keep track of your expenses. Whether you write it down on a piece of paper, you putting it in a computer program, keep track of your expenses, the money coming in and the money coming out. And that is facilitated by having a separate bank account for your business, okay? What else are the building blocks? Yeah, those are the basic steps to getting your business on the right track. But if you have specific questions about any of the process, now is the time for you to ask. If you have questions about, trademarks, copyrights, what do I need to look for in a contract? How do I get an EIN number? These are the things that you can ask me right now. As well, if you want to catch up on some of the stories that we have talked about, this is the time to do it, okay? We don't usually have time for this free time, so we've got about 10 minutes. So I will stay on as long as you guys want to stay on. Or if you guys just want to talk and chat and shoot the breeze, we can do that too. Y'all can ask me about myself, ask me about my life within reason. There are certain parts of my life that I do not share with y'all. But now is the time to do that too. The Kenya Slim Thick asks, can you operate more than one business under an LLC legally via DBA? If so, how? Can you operate more than one business under an LLC? Okay, so let's see. Let's just look at it this way. If I have a hair business, if I'm selling bundles, but I also have a catering business, Do I want those businesses under the same LLC? Those are two different businesses with two different requirements. There may be licensing involved. There may be tax breaks for one that there may not be for another. So depending on the type of business, I may not want to run it under the same LLC because they're two separate types of businesses. Now, if they're two very interrelated businesses, that may be an option for you. It all depends on what type of businesses you're trying to put under the LLC or the DBA. Inger Braggs Bennett said, should I trademark my business name? That depends on how important it is to you. Are you tied to that business name? Do you see yourself using this business name in perpetuity? Now, you do have to renew your trademark every 10 years. But yeah, at least within your state will give you the option of reserving a business name if you don't want to go the full trademark route. So you can at least reserve it for your state, right? But you always want to protect your business name so that there's no confusion out there in the world. I was just talking to someone today who was, they wanted to trademark their business name, and I did a quick search in the test trademark search database, and we found out that there was a company that already had that name trademark. So they have to do a little bit more research. So yeah, it might behoove you to trademark your business name so that nobody can take it out from under you, but you have to decide how serious you are about that name, okay? 76 Grim K asked, what's happening with Dr. Dre and his wife? Since our last update, I haven't heard anything. The judge denied her requested $2 million a month for alimony so far, but Dre is still, paying for her home, paying for her security, all that stuff. But as of right now, they're still investigating, but she's not getting that $2 million a month right now. Okay. Deirdre Pollock said, I have a ton of photos that I've taken and I use in my ads, so I don't use stock. Should I use the copyright symbol on my photos? Absolutely, my dear. You should have a watermark, something on there, because people love to steal photos. A watermark might actually be better because it's very light and you could just kind of put it in the middle of your photo, because people will crop out your ads and things all over that. So you're going to want to put it somewhere where it's very hard to get rid of it, okay? So you can do the copyright symbol or go for some type of watermark, all right? Any more questions, my lovelies? Any more questions? You're welcome, Inger Braggs. I love your name, Inger Braggs Bennett. It sounds so distinguished. I feel like you're from the islands. Are you, Inger? Yes. So, any more questions, y'all? Any stories that you want updates on? I checked out Cardi B's WAP store. Y'all know Cardi B is trademarking WAP. She got these raincoats for $125. She got, umbrellas for $25. She got shorts. She got sweatshirts. She got all your WAP needs. Thank you, Zephyrina. Zephyrina said good info. Trying to think. I have are there any updates? Any more stories you guys want updates on? All right. Any more questions you guys have about the business formation process? Because we can break early for tonight. It's Thursday, I can hit Club Couch, go watch me some Lovecraft Country. Are y'all watching Lovecraft Country? If you are not, y'all, it's crazy. It's crazy. And sometimes it's hard for me to watch, but that show has me hooked. Lovecraft Country is the tea. All right. Yeah. Inger Bragg said, nope, Chicago. Okay. Well, girl, you sound international. All right. You sound like you come from all around the world. All right. Okay, so I think that we're good on tonight. We can break a few minutes early. I want y'all to enjoy your weekend. I want you to take care of yourselves. Again, the weather's changing. The days are getting shorter. And I know that some of us, seasonal affective disorder is a real thing. Take time to, never heard of what, Obed? Take time to take care of yourselves. This morning, after I walked Toby, I went to my back porch, I went and I just meditated for like 10 minutes and I listened to some, those singing bowl things and just really tried to get myself centered, because I find that as the days get shorter, it just kind of affects my mood. So I want you guys to be very, aware of your mental health and taking care of yourselves as the days get shorter and it gets colder, and that can really affect. The show is Lovecraft Country. Obed, watch Lovecraft Country. Okay, it's produced by Jordan Peele. All right, you're welcome, Kenya. All right. It's produced by Jordan Peele. It's an amazing show. I can't even tell you what it's about because it's so crazy, but it's a good show. You're welcome, Deirdre. Thank you, Margaret. All right, so we're going to close down here. I will see y'all on Monday with more stories. I will have a full docket of stories for you. I promise, I promise, I promise. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. Have a good night. Bye-bye. You're welcome, Janine.